Okay, so talk to me about your belief in the company of Isagenix. 1 out of 5, 5 being the strongest. Type in the chat, what is your belief in the company? 1 out of 5, 5 being the strongest. In the chat, what is your belief in the company? All right. Shannon, Rosella, Ellen, Jessica, 4, 4, 4. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the company first. Our company was founded about 20 years ago by Jim and Kathy Coover. We had John Anderson, who was incredibly gifted in producing incredible products. He actually approached Jim and Kathy, and he wanted them to partner with him. Jim has tons and tons of experience in the health and wellness industry. Kathy Coover, our co-founder, actually maxed out 3 different compensation plans with 3 different companies. So she didn't do this once, she did it 3 times, built an incredible business. And so John Anderson approached Jim and Kathy, basically wanting to partner with them, and said like, hey, I have this remarkable product, I have these great, transformations, let's get together and do something. Jim and Kathy were pretty much semi-retired at this time. They really wanted nothing to do with it. And so John Anderson got Jim Coover a Harley, a very rare Harley motorcycle, and said, I am going to give this to you if you will just hear me out. And after tons of phone calls and tons of approaching them, Jim finally said, all right, tell me what you got, I'll have a look. And so if you ever go to our corporate headquarters, and I highly encourage all of you guys to check out corporate, that Harley Davidson is sitting in the lobby of our building. And that Harley is really the start of how things started. And what I want to share with you guys is that timing is really everything. Right? So you might talk to someone now and they're like, no, I'm not interested, but you never know when the timing will change. And so for Jim and Kathy, that timing was right. And they said to John that we've been so screwed over by so many different companies in our industry that we're just not about it anymore. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it 100% the right way. And by right way is our motto is, if it is not right for the associates, it is not right for this company. And that is something that they have stood by for 10 years, for 20 years. I've been here for 10 of them. And in the 10 years, they really have poured more into the compensation plan, more into the products, more into the trainings. They really they've had Tony Robbins come speak to us. They've had Maroon 5 come and perform for us. So they really set out to do this right. So this is a privately owned company, right? We don't sell shares. It is not sold to the public. So they really are about doing this right. And my first event, I really didn't know what this was all about. And I watched Jim Coover, the owner of our company, the founder, literally sitting there crying as they announced the IsaBody champion. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that means a lot to me when the founder of that company is sitting in that front row seat from beginning to end. The man didn't even take a pee break. Sat there from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., still as emotional on day 6,000 as he was on day 1. So for me, I understood that when I was going to build this for my family that I was building with a legacy company, where the owners, the founders really stood true in integrity, where the founders of the company understood what it was like to be burned, understood what it was like to, have a bad compensation plan. And so when they did Isagenix, when they built this, their intention was really to stand in integrity and do this right. So when we talk about the company with anybody, with our friends, with our family, you can take it to the bank that this is a mom and pop company that is 100% with us to the end. And the more you plug into the events, the more you listen to the calls, the more you will build belief that Isagenix is a legacy company. And so what a legacy company truly means is, I've had an opportunity to compare this to a lot of other companies. If I die, right, my business is dead. Anywhere else, if something happens to me, every thing that I have done, everything that I have built is gone. Not in Isagenix. In Isagenix, they will transfer your business to your spouse. They will transfer your business to your children. They will transfer it to whoever you leave behind, so that the work that you are putting in today does not go in vain, right? So learn about the company, really learn about it. So the next thing I want to share with you guys is, what is your belief in the industry? How many of you have a belief out of 5 that you are a solid 5 in the industry of the network marketing profession? So you can type your answers in the box so I can have a look, and then we're going to talk a little bit about the industry of network marketing. So 1 through 5, maybe 1 or 2, you're not really that familiar with network marketing. Maybe 3, if you kind of think this works, but you're not really sure about the business. So let's see, I got 1, a 2, a 4, a 4. Okay, that's great. So you guys are starting solid. So I want to share with you that when I started, I've never even heard of network marketing. I did not know this was a viable profession. I'm a first-generation American. And so when my parents came to this country, it was a trade for money kind of thing. You work hard, you go to school, you get a good pension, right? How many of you have heard that from your parents? You got to finish college, you got to get a degree, you got to do things the right way. Nobody ever discussed network marketing in school with me. My parents never ever discussed network marketing. And so when I got paid and I called up customer service and I was like, oh my God, I made $212. Who do I report to? And they were like, nobody. You are your own boss, right? You choose the hours that you work. You get to choose the people that you want to work with. If you have a family emergency or a sick child or don't feel well today, you are the business owner. You don't have to answer to anybody but yourself. You are in a business for yourself, but not by yourself, right? Because your team wants you to succeed. Your team, your upline, they will always be there to help you. But this industry is something that is so underrated and under talked about. And I think that many years, network marketing is 70 years old. And I think when this industry first came about, I think there were people that were really doing it the wrong way. And so those people maybe gave our industry a bad reputation. And you know how society is, rather than talk about the good, rather than talk about the 432 Isagenix millionaires, they're going to say, oh, is this one of those Ponzi schemes, right? But when you ask somebody, what does that mean? They don't know themselves what that means. I used to get so offended when someone would be like, is this a Ponzi scheme? And I'd be like, okay, calm down, take a breath, girl. And I would talk to them and I would be like, what does that mean? You're buying a program from me. If you love the program, share it with friends and you get a referral. If you don't like it, pack it up and send it back. A Ponzi scheme is when you are taking money and not giving someone something in return, or when you are over promising and under delivering. Do you guys think we do that with Isagenix? Hell no. I don't make any false claims. I don't tell them that their cancer is magically going to be cured if they drink the shakes, right? Eat healthy, lose weight, drink the shakes, feel better, right? That's why in our company, being compliant is so important, because I don't promise anyone that they're going to make $1 million here. It's possible. You can. I have. Ed has. Many on our team, I believe we have 18 millionaires on our healthy body team, but 19, but it requires a lot of hard work. And that's the whole thing about this industry. So I want to recommend 2 books, actually 3, that really, really changed my life and painted a picture. Because I think a lot of times we get caught up in what this isn't, and we forget about the beauty of what this is. I also think that a lot of times we get caught up in comparing ourselves to other people, right? And you cannot compare yourself to anyone. It's always easy to compare yourself and say, well, she has this and she has that, and how did she get to that executive so quickly? But you don't know the story. You don't know the story behind the glory, right? You don't know that she came from another network marketing company and has 20 years under her belt, whereas you might be starting from scratch, right? You don't know that maybe her husband, is the CEO and got all his employees to come. You don't know what anyone's situation is, but I can tell you that your situation is unique and different than anybody else's. And so the 3 books that I would recommend is The 4-Hour Work Week by Richard Brooks. I would recommend Go Pro by Eric Worre, which should literally be like a handbook for everyone doing this. And my favorite was First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell and his wife. So First Year in Network Marketing by Mark Yarnell. And you can get this on Audible. You can just listen to this material as you're driving in your car, maybe read 10 pages before bed. These are the books that help me to solidify my belief in this industry. Someone who never knew what this industry was about, who never saw the beauty in this. And even now, like I listen to the 4-Hour Work Week. It's only 90-minute audio, and I listen to it on my walk. And sometimes I think that we all have our things, right? So sometimes I get caught up in I gotta enroll. Here's the thing. It's not enroll. It's if you enroll 3 people, and I want you guys to remember this. If you enroll 3 people and teach them how to enroll 3 people, you are now getting paid for 9 people. If you teach those 3 people how to enroll 3 people, you're getting paid for 81 people. Where in the world can you find 3, teach them how to develop 3, teach those people how to teach theirs to develop 3, and get paid for 81 people? If you were putting in 5, let's say 10, let's make the math easy. I won't take out the calculator. Let's say you are putting in 10 hours a week, and you teach those 3 people how to put 10 hours a week, you're getting paid for 30 hours. That's why it's important to teach and train your people. That's why duplication is so important in this industry, right? Because I want to go to Tahiti for a month, and I want to know that my team is doing exactly as I taught them, right? Not just 3 levels, but let me go down to the 4th level. If you find 3, they find 3, they find 3, they find 3. By the 4th generation, and remember, you only started with 3 and you found 3 people that were coachable. That's 284 people that you will get paid on. 284 people working 10 hours a week will produce you an income of 2,840 hours. That's why it's worth it not to give up. That's why it's worth it. Susan Sly said, I go to work every day as though there is a 10-carat rock, a 10-carat diamond in my backyard. Somebody gave me a shovel and say, all you got to do is find them, right? And you dig and you dig and you have those conversations and you dig, and that's what you're looking for. This is not for everybody. Not everybody has your insight. Not everybody has your passion. Not everybody has your drive to help people. But the beautiful thing about this is you don't need everyone. You need 3 people that are going to find 3 people that can build this with you 4 levels down, and you will produce an incredible income. Some people have been customers of mine for 10 years, and I love them. And I'm grateful for my customers because the customers produce that volume. But the beauty of network marketing is the work that you do today, the effort that you put in today, you will get paid for residually, passively, for the rest of your life while these people are your customers. Do you guys get that? I mean, when I first learned about this, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because if I wasn't working 40 hours a week, I wasn't getting paid. I was not getting paid. My boss was horrible to me. I had to beg for vacation days, beg to leave early, beg for a sick day. If God forbid I got a migraine, zero empathy. This is something that you are building for yourself. When should you do it? Whenever the hell you get a chance. Because this is something that you're doing for you, not for James, not for anybody else. This is something that if you have the hindsight, if you have the belief, and if you are a 5 out of 5 in this industry and in this company, that already puts you ahead of the rest. Because most people don't see what you see. Most people will not even complete the 4 weeks with us on this call because it's not important to them. It's not. I look at the faces and I look at the people that are showing up and I say, this is my next generation of 3. These are the next leaders on my team that I'm going to work with, right? And it's pretty magnificent. And I will tell you honestly, for a long time, you're going to feel like an army of one. You're going to be like, where the F are my people? Where's my people? Where are the people that I can run with that get me excited? Man, for so long, it was me and Ed. People were laughing at us. People were talking about us. People unfriended us. Guess what? We're still here 10 years later, and this is my primary source of income. And I'm proud to say we're both earning 5-figure months. You know, what I hope one day we'll be earning 6-figure months. But that's why we keep showing up and we're looking for our next group of 3. Who can we work with? Who are we going to do this? They're the people that are asking you questions. They're the people that are bothering you. They're the people that are DMing you at 1 a.m. saying, hey, I went to Isagenix Business. Can you tell me where I can find this? Hell yes, because these are the people that are hungry. the people that you give an assignment to, get this book, it changed my life, it might change yours. The people that are hungry, they're going to read the books. You know, I didn't check up on Ed. I'm sure Ed doesn't check up on James. He just tells him what needs to be done. And if you want it bad enough, you will absolutely do it, right? This industry is phenomenal. And the best way I can compare it to is Britney Spears goes to the studio, works her ass off for a year to make an album. 10 years later, at any time they played Baby Hit Me One More Time, she is still getting paid for that track. Do you guys understand? This is the sweat equity that we are putting in today. Am I going to enroll someone every day? Absolutely not. Does somebody not want a 30-day pack and they just want to come in with one shake? Absolutely. You know, not everybody is going to be your champion, but every single person I talk to, I say, who do you know? Who can you connect me to? I know you mentioned that the timing's not right. This business is not for you. Who do you know that's hungry, that's motivated, that's a go-getter? Who can you connect me to? I would appreciate your referral, right? Because they've got to sense my passion, right? It might not be them, but they can bring you to someone who can. So let me ask you guys to rate yourselves on the compensation plan. This is the fun part, because I will tell you, I still don't fully know the compensation plan. 1 out of 5, where do you see yourself? Where do you see yourself in terms of belief with the compensation plan? 1 through 5. If your belief is rock solid, you get it, you understand it, you're getting paid, type a 5. If you're still like, yeah, a little confused, type a 1. Okay, so the best compensation plan video, and you can literally Google it, is Lynn Hagedorn Isagenix Comp Plan. Lynn Hagedorn Isagenix Comp Plan. And the best way that she explained it to me is ACMDE. Okay, you guys write this down. So when you start and you convert when you start, you're just a customer, right? When you convert your account to get paid, you put in your social, you pay the $29, you go from customer to an associate, which now opens the doors to getting paid. So anyone who James signs up after you will go underneath you, depending on which side he signs them up. Consultant is finding 2 people, one on the left with 100 points, one on the right, okay? If you are an associate and you are not a consultant yet, your only step is to find 2 people. Once you have your 2 people, mom on the left, husband on the right, your next step is to help them find 2 people. So it's called you plus 2, them plus 2. So now you have a total of 6 underneath you in total. So what I would say is, without getting into the whole compensation plan and boring you and overwhelming you, I took it step by step. When I was an associate, I knew I needed to get to C, consultant. I signed up my mom and my husband. They said, you've got 60 days to earn a $250 bonus to get to Crystal Manager. I said, okay, what do I need to do? Well, you need to help your mother find 2, and you need to help your husband find 2. That was it. Me plus 2, them plus 2. I got to manager. When I got to manager and I saw that I made $700, I was so excited. I was like, what's next? Next is Crystal Director, $750 bonus if you do it within 120 days. Okay, I had no idea what it was until I hit manager. When I hit manager, I learned how to get to director. I printed the little paper, roadmap to executive, and I went and I got my 6 consultants. I got my aunt to sign up my 2 cousins, found some friends on Facebook, literally did whatever I could to get those people. When I hit director, I think I probably made about $1,400 that month, and it was ridiculous. That was a lot of money. I was making nothing. Don't forget, I was a stay-at-home mom. $1,400. Holy shit! I could pay for my rent, my phone bill, my cable bill. I was starting to feel like, told my husband, you know what? I got the bills this month. It brought me confidence, security, pride that I was doing this. And when I got to director, I said, what's next? And the next was the last rank, the highest rank of the company where you make the most money. And that's executive. That's 5 consultants on the left, 5 consultants on the right. And you guys can just Google roadmap to Crystal Executive. And if you Google the roadmap to Crystal Executive, I took a pencil and I filled in potential names. Why with a pencil? Because people are flaky. I knew the names that I wanted to be in those boxes wouldn't actually be in those boxes, right? But the point that I'm trying to make to you is that the compensation plan is limitless. You can make money on packs. You can make 10,550 on bonuses. You make money on team points, those cycles. Don't worry about one rank until you hit the one before, right? You don't have to learn about the entire compensation plan for you to call your friend and say, Mary, listen to me. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I am going to the freaking top with this company. Okay. You're the 3rd person that I've enrolled. I made $200. You can make the same $200 with me, right? I don't want you to feel that you need to be an expert. You're not here to be an accountant, a lawyer, nothing. Follow that roadmap, ACMDE. And as you hit each stepping stone, your confidence and your level of belief will increase. I earned 6 figures and I had no idea how, but I did it within my first 9 months here because I just went to town and talked to everyone and sent everyone a DM and posted in Facebook groups. So it's possible, right? It's possible. We had somebody make $1 million in her first year, right? Again, we're not comparing stories. She had a background, she knew people. Everyone's story is different, but the potential and the possibility is there. And if you just follow ACMDE, it will lead you to the steps to success. So the next thing I want to ask you guys is, how many of you are in love, obsessed, solid belief in the products? 5 out of 5. Where do you see yourself in the products? You can type your answer in the chat. Most people have a rock solid belief in the products, right? Because they've experienced the results. Most people love the results. They're like, oh my God, I lost 7 pounds in my first week. What a lot of people want to do, like some of the people that we enroll, they want to wait until we have results to share, right? A lot of people tell me that I want to wait until I lose my first 15 before I start talking. I say, first of all, it's not about you. Person doesn't care how much weight you've lost. They want to know, is it going to work for me? And are you going to support me? Period. Period. We don't want people to wait to find 2 friends, 2 accountability partners, 2 people to do this with. Remember, we're looking for 3 who are going to find 3. So we want to encourage people. If they wait 30 days, they're already, the clock starts ticking on some of their bonus money. I tell people, why would you so selfishly wait? You took a try. Give somebody the option in taking a chance on this, right? Whenever somebody asks me something about the products, the sugar, the formulation, I go to isaproduct.com and I send them a link. I do not want to be the expert. You do not want to be the expert here. The smarter you make yourself sound, the harder they think it is to do this business. And it's not. It's not. Go to ISA product, look up the nutritional information, or you go to Isagenix Health. You can literally Google isagenixhealth.net sugar intake, isagenixhealth.net soy, isagenixhealth.net gluten. Don't be an expert. Point people to the resources, right? You're like the person like in the office and the information desk. People want information. You know what? That's a great question. Let's Google it together and see what we can find. I used to think I had to know everything until my friend Jason said to me, I absolutely cannot do what you do. And I knew that I was making a tremendous mistake in making myself too much of an expert, because the smarter you are, the harder they think it is to do, right? The only thing we need to do to share this with people is passion, excitement. Open your mouth. That's it. That's it. So the last thing I want to share with you guys before we go is, what would you rate your belief in yourself? 1 out of 5. This is a tough one. This is a tough one because I know that we are our own worst critics. So what would everybody say? Shannon, Brianna, Ellen? Yeah. That's what most of us would say, right? So that's like a 60%. Like if you were taking a test, we would all probably fail and get a 60. I think that belief in yourself, that's why they say this is a compensation plan attached with a personal development plan. Why do we get on these calls? Why do we plug into the Healthy Body Team calls? Why do we listen to other leaders? Because we want to build belief in ourselves. We are our own worst enemy. All day long, the thoughts in your mind are not, I'm sexy, I'm perfect, I got this, I'm so good at it. That's not the thoughts that run through our brain. 800 times a day, a negative thought creeps up into our head. I'm not as good as her. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not fast enough. I don't have what it takes. Can you guys agree? I mean, I wish that we would look in the mirror and say to ourselves, Lord, am I so sexy? I'm going to crush this day. But our mind doesn't work like that. Our subconscious creeps in and it's there to protect us, right? We're built this way from the caveman days. Our subconscious is here to protect us, keep us safe, and keep us guarded. So what does our subconscious tell us? Don't do that. No, don't try that. No, that's a little new and a little scary. You don't want to go there, right? That's why people plug into Tony Robbins. That's why leaders read the books. They said that the average 7-figure income earner reads 60 books a year. The average person who makes 50 grand or lower reads 1. Think about that. A successful 7-figure income earner reads 60 books a year, not because they have to, right? Because it's 100% about growing your mindset. You want to be tough. You want to be bulletproof. When people say to you, you can't do this, you want to be like, watch me. I'll see you at the top, right? We're building confidence. We're building belief. We're building knowledge. We're building experience. Nobody comes into any business. I don't care if you're a lawyer. I don't care if you're a doctor. I don't care if you're a secretary. We all start as beginners. We all start somewhere. Wouldn't you agree? So you wouldn't quit if you were an attorney or a paralegal and you started at a new firm and you sucked and you knew you were like the slowest one, you weren't fast, you had the least knowledge. Would you quit your job as an attorney? No. Why would you quit your own business for yourself? You are literally, the more you earn, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more you earn. It goes together hand in hand. Nobody comes into this as a rocket scientist, but see it through to the end. believe in yourself long enough to give yourself the knowledge, the education, read the books, do the journals, do the goal setting, all that foo-foo shit that I used to laugh at people for, I do. I journal, I write goals, because if that's what the successful people are doing, you better believe that's what I want to do. And on the days that I feel I'm not worth it or I don't deserve it, I say my kids are. My kids deserve it. And so I see it through another day. I believe in myself just long enough. I put in the work just long enough until I get a little better, and tomorrow is another day, right? So I want to leave you guys with that. I don't want to overwhelm you, but I think I've given you enough. With the fast track to executive, the ACMDE, definitely print that sheet, roadmap to executive. Definitely look into those books that I recommended. Start reading, even 10 pages a day, even the Audible when you're driving your kids to school. Just have your car become a university on wheels, and just set little goals for yourself. They don't have to be huge. Today, I'm going to challenge myself to talk to 3 people about the business opportunity. It's funny, I've definitely have grown, and I definitely have changed so much, because my reactions are very different with people. I had a woman message me, trying to find her. She messaged me today and she asked me if I would be interested in taking a look at her company. And I said, I'm sorry, I can't build 2 companies at once. As you know, I've been with Isagenix for 10 years. She goes, I know, I'm a former Isagenix product user. So I'm like, all right, without getting, like, normally the old me would have been like, how dare she approach me and how dare she build with another company. I would have just gotten nuts on her. I have an attitude sometimes. But I asked her why this company in particular and why not with Isagenix. And she was like, honestly, she's like, the timing just wasn't right for me back then, you know? And I didn't take offense, and I wished her luck and she wished me luck. And that was it. Like, our job is not to take it and internalize it and think, what didn't I do? How could I have done better? Our job is not to take all this stuff to heart. Our only job is to share the program, share the compensation plan, and find people who want to do this with us. And if the timing is not right, I promise you, ladies, it has nothing to do with you. You're beautiful, you're good at this, you're saying the right things, you're skilled enough. It has nothing to do with you. The only thing standing between you and success is a few more conversations. That's it. A little bit more time under your belt, just a little bit more experience. And that's it. And really, that's it. Just have the vision to see it through. So do you guys have any questions for me? Any thing I can direct you to? Okay, so next week we're going to talk about 3, 3, and 3. We're going to talk about getting organized and having a plan. I'll talk a little bit about Penny, and just sitting down when you have that hour free. I will show you how to maximize your time, what you should be doing. We can talk about the verbiage, play out some scenarios, anything that you think would be helpful to bring to the training. I would be very happy to bring and to talk about. All you have to do is just DM me. Okay, have an amazing week, guys. I can't wait to see you all on Facebook and celebrate you. And I hope tonight was super helpful.
Thank you, Ange.
Thanks, guys.